We're on, guys. Second fish. Hit the dry fly. Jumped one good time. Jumped again. We're on the reel. Good afternoon and welcome to another episode of Real Hustle. We're currently rigging up our 5-weight with all of our flies. We just loaded our kayak into the back of our van and we're going to be hitting Antero Reservoir tomorrow and search for cut bows and browns and whatever we can. We actually just received these pliers from a company called Plusinno. You can check them out at plusinno.com. I'll label it down across the bottom. They're the 8-inch fishing pliers and hook removal 2.0 on their website, $24. Anyways, they've got tackle bags, they've got landing nets, lures, rod holders, pliers, as I mentioned, and yeah, you should check those guys out. We're going to be reviewing a couple things from them throughout this next couple episodes. Nonetheless, we'll be catching fish, we'll be bringing you on an adventure, so please subscribe, stay tuned, and let's get right to the action. Alright guys, we just rolled up here at Antero Reservoir. We're a little bit early, so we gotta wait. We've got our kayak, we've got our battery charged, we've got our rods hanging up back there, all of our camera equipment. We've got our Plussino Pliers, the 8-inch 2.0s. So we're gonna try and put those to the test today. Make sure you guys check them out in the description if you want a link and even a little discount code to them. Thanks guys. Alright guys, we just made it through inspection. It's a beautiful day and we're getting ready to pull this kayak out and get out on this lake. Alright, so the car's parked. We've got the kayak in the water, all set up with our cameras and rods, and we're getting ready to get in that thing. See if we can't make something happen. Alright, we're in the kayak. We're gonna mob over towards the spot where we know usually does well. We got some information from our friend Tyler, and we're gonna go throw the fly rod and see if we can't get hooked up. So this is our very first time fly fishing out of this kayak, and so far it's been a pretty easy experience. We haven't had any takes yet, but it's only been about 10 minutes, and if we don't see much here, we'll just keep moving spots and see what we can't locate. Alright guys, so what we have rigged up on our fly rod hasn't been working, so we're going to go ahead and use these Plussino pliers and see how they work for rigging. They cut right through that like nothing, so they're definitely sharp. Nice fish guys, first fish of the day. Hit the dry fly. Jumped a few times, pretty nice, trying to keep them out of the weeds. Definitely a nice fish, guys. Go ahead and see if we can land this guy. Got him. There he is, guys, our first fish of the day, a pretty solid rainbow. We're gonna go ahead and try these Plusinno grips and de-hook this fish with them. Looks like he actually swallowed that dry fly pretty deep. Just like that, guys. These things work killer. There he is, guys. What a beautiful rainbow. Probably about a 19 or 20 inch rainbow. Real nice one. There he goes. We're on, guys. Second fish. Hit the dry fly. Jumped one good time. Jumped again. He's on the reel. Try and keep him out of the weeds. He's trying his best to get us in the weeds, guys. Feels like he's got us in a pretty good clump of weeds. He's gone. So that last fish actually bent my hook out a bit. So we're gonna go ahead and use these to bend this hook back in some. All right, another job done by Plusinno.
Yeah, I had calabatus on earlier, but they weren't hitting those.
All right, guys, I got my third shot. Looks like a smaller fish. He didn't look too big. Wasn't paying much attention. Oh, he's got some fight in him though. Probably just gonna strip this fish in. They sure do fight good here, don't they?
Oh yeah. There's some healthy fish.
I've been hiking up to the alpine lakes and catching some really nice cutthroat lately.
Oh good.
But they don't quite fight like these fish.
No, these are solid fish. What'd you get him on?
So I've got kind of a double dry rig. One's a grasshopper, nothing's touched it.
Yeah.
But the second one, I think, you know, I'm not super knowledgeable about flies, but I'd say it's probably like a kind of a calabatus look.
Okay.
And if I don't wipe it on my pants or kind of whip it around, it seems to sink every once in a while. So been trying to do my best about keeping it dry.
Yeah.
But that's what I've caught pretty much all three fish on, minus the one I lost, but that's what they keep hitting.
Oh good.
All right, we got him. All right, guys, so he inhaled this dry fly again, and just like that, these Plusinnos, they're definitely the ticket. Got a 19 or 20 inch rainbow. We're gonna go ahead and get him back in the water and let him swim. Here he goes. So we're currently just dry fly fishing with a catabatus and a hopper. I've got my 5-weight St. Croix, my Lamson liquid, and we're using 4X tippet. We seem to be getting them in. We had that one get off in the weeds. The hook was bent pretty good far out, so we bent it back, and we're just gonna see what else can happen here. We're starting to hear less hits on the surface, so we threw an indicator on, and we're currently gonna fish with 2 catabatus and 1 red and black chirotomid. All right, guys, we got our 4th fish on. He doesn't look huge. Ooh, he's a jumper. Jumping crazy. Kind of excited to see what he hit. We got him on the reel. Another little rainbow. Not very big, probably about 16, 17 inches. Let's see if we can land this guy. Got him. There he is, guys, about a 17-inch chrome dome. Hit the red and black chirotomid with the white snow cone. Well, we just had a little bit of wind pickup, so we dropped our anchor, and we're gonna sit here and see what happens. It looks like rain is gonna come at us here pretty soon, so we're not gonna stay out here too much longer, but let's see if we can catch a couple more fish and hopefully at least a big fish. So stay tuned. Thanks for subscribing, guys. I think it's time for lunch, guys. All right, guys, I think it might be time to bail before we get soaked by this storm. We don't want to get all cold and wet. So we're going to start mobbing back towards the boat ramp, and we'll give you an outro when we get to the van and when we get this thing all loaded up. All right, we just pulled the kayak up just like that. We've got all of our stuff we want to stay dry, and we're gonna go hit the van for a little bit. So far I'm pretty stoked on this product, guys. So my nippers are attached to my bag, and these things have been right on my chest all day. So I've been able to re-rig, and I'm about to clean up these flies, take the line off of them, get them back in their boxes. And yeah, I'm pretty stoked on what they sent me. So definitely going to be checking out their website and seeing what else I can support these guys with. All right, so we just got out the car. We're walking back down to the kayak. The wind's picked up a little bit, but I think it'll be off and on. A little bit rough, but you know it's going to come and go, so we're going to go get back in position. There's a sandbar here, and it got about 4 inches deep, and we started to hear a propeller starting to scrape. I'd like to give a big shout out to St. Croix for hooking me up with these rods. They work really good. A big shout out to Old Town Kayaks. This Sportsman 106 MK is definitely sick. It handles everything, and it's definitely catching some fish. So just wanted to take the time to thank you guys personally. Well, we gave it a shot. We gave it one last hour. Zero action. We're pulling back up to the boat ramp, and we're gonna call it a day now. I'm going to go ahead and give you guys an outro now before I make the drive home. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end of this episode with Real Hustle. We did do a review. First time we've ever reviewed anything. It's a pair of pliers from Plusinno. We put their link in the description, so if you decide you want them, you can have them. We've never done a review. We tried to do the best we could to just use them and see how they worked, and we were very happy with them. Nonetheless, we did catch fish today. The dry flies were popping for about 3 hours. There was just nonstop hits on top, and it was a good time. I think I landed 4 fish and lost 2. One broke us in the weeds. Anyways, we had a great time out on the kayak, and we really hope you enjoyed this episode here at Antero Reservoir. We'll see you in a couple days for another episode. Please subscribe if you haven't.